It's Gray and Monkhorst. Must be a bit of chesting saying, come on, let's get ready for the bounce. Let's say good afternoon to Dennis Cometti. Welcome, Den.
Yeah, hi, Sandy. Looking forward to this. Unlike Collingwood this afternoon. Sorry, Bears.
Craig Kelly does have the job initially on Tony Lockett.
And next to him, Gary Pertz picking up Anthony Rocker. So a rocker at each end here at the Sydney Cricket Ground.
So here we go. This to decide the finals makeup for 95. Out in the middle, McGuan gets it down towards Buckley, and Buckley's away. Suddenly they're inside 50, down towards full forward, fisted clear. Rocker heads towards the boundary line, and it's over for a throw-in in Collingwood's right forward pocket. Sydney bench with Peter Caven on the left. Leon Higgins also there as well.
Leo Barry.
And the youngster from Deniliquin, yes, Leo Barry gets his chance. We wish him well in his first game. In towards full forward. Fisted away over the line. The first score of the day are behind. All quiet in the Lockett-Kelly area at the moment. But early days.
Like the boy taunting the dragon. Short one comes in. This is McRae, dropped it inside the defensive 50. Huskis, he's had a shave and a close shave there. Eventually got it to Lewis, and away they come. McRae following up, probing kick down towards half forward. Rocker way under the ball. Pert, the judgment, takes the mark. No judgment there. Kicked into the oncoming kicket. Monkhorst nicely done. They clear the zone. Sharkey the bounce pass with the outside of the boot. James goes for the line. Didn't find it. Cresswell keeps it in. Back inside the 50. All Magpies. Crawford the judgment, almost the mark. Pert shovels it away. Burns in the grasp. Kelly lost it. Crawford comes again. Gray is in there. Sharkey emerges with it. Back towards the boundary line. It pitches inside the field of play. And Cresswell knocks it across.
Cresswell has the job at the moment on Brett James as the Collingwood bench, incorporating Dermot Brereton. Loosen up. Monkhorst, the front spot. Francis and Monkey pretty fired up today. Here's Tony Francis up towards Buckley on centre wing. He doesn't let him down. Daniels on the mark. A real urgency in the Collingwood play at the moment. Towards Rocker. Beaten, and well beaten by Andrew Dunkley. Big day for Dale Lewis today. He plays his 100th. Ruse is in trouble. He needs support. Garlick gives it to him. They're out of trouble again. Towards centre wing goes Andrew Dunkley. A long kick over the head of Gray, who was involved with Monkhorst before the start of play. There is Monkhorst giving it wide towards James. He's under pressure. Gives it away to right. Collingwood doing it well as Burns kicks up towards half forward. Over towards a magnificent Gavin Brown, and he takes the mark in opposition to Dale Lewis. Wants to go short, wants Rocker. Well spoiled, not out of it yet. Williams back to Rocker, still inside 50, now just out, losing ground. Held it for a long time. McGuan's there, almost taken high. The umpire lets play go on sensibly. Back towards centre wing. Right charges towards Kelly and the football. Spills clear in the centre once again. James to ground. It is tough and it's tight and it's hard. Kick it, cop one. The advantage is going to be paid. Crawford chips in towards full forward. Lockett comes charging out. He gets an awful bounce, but it doesn't matter. Gray's going to snap at goal and he gets the first one for the day. Troy Gray from Queanbeyan. Kick it's down.
And a pretty important goal, I think, for the Sydney Swans. They would have been well and truly down on confidence after last week's dismal performance, but Crawford has been one of the finds of the second half of the season. His form continues to improve. Troy Gray, starting at centre half forward, has started as well as he possibly could, and it looks like Kickett will come off just to clear up the blood nose.
Copped a backhander. He's okay. Play restarts. That's interesting. He's coming off the blood nose and plays underway. Bays, was he interfered with? Nothing doing. Knocked away by Roos. Down in front it's Brown on the 50. Across the body. It floats towards the pocket. Williams goes back trying to track it. Knocked away by Doreen. Chance for Patterson. Picked up by Francis. Centering kick. Rock is in front. Roos works off him in from the side. Patterson. Or rather Watson. Watson's taken this mark. Only about 25 metres out.
A bit of a restructured half-forward line for Collingwood. This is a pretty good mark, of course, to Watson. He's playing up on the half-forward line. Aaron James at centre half-forward and Gavin Brown against Lewis on the other flank.
Watson kicks the goal.
So a 1-point lead to Collingwood. Pretty good start. And this is, I think, the way that this game is going to pan out. A pretty even game all around. Hopefully it'll go down to the wire, as many of the games have gone in the last couple of weeks. Mick McGuan in the middle of the ground, being picked up by Simon Garlick.
Collingwood by a point, and it's Buckley out of the centre once again, charging to Rocker territory, a little too far. Dunkley first back to tidy up, should do so to Scotty Doreen, and from full back Doreen steadies, comes towards Lewis on half-back, takes the timely mark, sneaks clear, ambles across half-back, looks towards Troy Gray, a little too far, and Monkhorst has dropped back there across half-back to mark in opposition to Rocker. Away he goes, quickly on to Scott Burns. A high kick towards half-forward, and the skipper is there for Collingwood. Gavin Brown, off to Buckley. He's been busy early on, picking up a ton of touches. Rocker's in the pocket, again a little too far, and again out of bounds, right forward pocket. Severio Rocker, can he kick 9 today to bring up his century for the season? It's a big day for this young man. From Deniliquin, Leo Barry in his first game. We wish him well. Won't be easy for him. Here goes Bays. Sydney out of trouble, but a poor kick. Normally he's such a grand deliverer of the football. He's let down on that occasion, however. McGuan thought about going on. He's on the 50, Mick McGuan.
Starting as a ruck rover, in for the centre bounce, is being picked up by the Swans Garlick. And we have seen him in the last few weeks kick a number of goals. And this would be just about on his distance. He should make the distance. Just a matter of the accuracy.
Kicking from probably 55 after the short pass coming in from Russell. Stammering in approach. Goes close to the man on the mark. Gets underneath it. It's away to the right. And is it over the line? Yes, it is. So no addition to the score for Collingwood. And Crawford takes the mark for Sydney. They're out of trouble to Bays.
Bays from half-back. Long kick down towards half-forward. Gray, the goal-getter. Well done. Lays it off. Cresswell chips it out wide. Kapler will need to stretch, and he does. Normally a thumping kick. Bacon goal square. Heads for home. Lockett watches it sail over his header behind. Scores a level. His parents in town to watch this game. There's Derek Kickett. We're told no break. That's good news. Craig Kelly to bring it in.
A number of times last week, Kapler went for the long bomb from outside 50, ignoring the big fellow, Lockett.
James plays on quickly. This is Russell. Loops it over the top. Sharky's away. Loose man on the wing is Williams. He's got it now. Buckley is about 75 metres from goal. Can settle. Uses the ball for Rocket. Too much carry again. That's been the story of his delivery so far. Huskis, nicely done. Dunkley. Now Bays in the opposite back pocket. And a chance for the Swans around the outer side. Will it stay in? Rose can't quite get there. It's across the boundary line, so a throw in.
Nathan Buckley with 5 early kicks has obviously caught Ron Barassi's eye, because he's taken Jason Daniels off. His immediate opponent, Leon Higgins, will resume that role.
Good conditions here in Sydney. Current temperature of 19 degrees. Slightly overcast. A lot of rain yesterday, but it's cleared beautifully. James down towards right half forward. Doreen for Sydney sees it over the line. Scores a level early on in this first quarter.
We spoke earlier about a possibility of a Brown and Brown matchup in the middle against Kelly, the captain. There's the odds for this game. Pretty even, I would think.
Yes, Collingwood just favourite. Here's an excellent opportunity for them now. Gavin Brown has marked just 30 metres directly in front.
He's doing, he's playing that centre-half forward role particularly well. He's just like another ruck rover across the half-forward area. Often in Sydney, the centre-half forward gets bypassed and clubs do elect to go with a more mobile player. But his opponent is Lewis, and there's a pretty good matchup between Francis and Kelly.
Well, if Buckley, Williams, Francis, Brown can all fire, who knows what could happen. Gavin Brown has kicked a goal.
So Sydney got the first and Collingwood have answered with 2 pretty good goals. Just have a look at this. James, pretty good knock to Francis. That's the way they like to do it, the Rovers. Get a nice clean take out of any contest. And then a good spearing kick to Gavin Brown, who converted within the 50.
Margin 6 points. Watch Buckley off the line of the square. Monkhorst is trying to feed it back to him. Again he tried. That time it came to Cresswell. Eventually McGuan, nicely done, into the path of right, running down towards half-forward, pulls it back. Rocker, awkward half volley, had to stretch. Dunkley played it well. Garlick feeds it off. Lewis kept his head. Kelly fumbled, gets by a couple, comes out wide to Barry. His first opportunity. He's got this ball just forward of right half back. Swans are down by 6 points. The early going at the SCG. The prize, place in the 8 for the Magpies. Barry towards half-forward. Big pack at the full of the ball. Thumped away by Pert. Taken by Williams. Russell towards the wing. Huskus attacked it well. Well done. Gets it across to Rose. Not a particularly good kick. It bounces out of bounds in the pocket. So far, no Lockett action. Gavin Rose has enjoyed a pretty good season. Proud day for the Rocker family. Monkhorst is with him. That's Anthony Rocker. Very conscious of Monkhorst. Still won it down to Crawford. Short. Marked by Pert. A wealth of experience there. Across the goal face. Kelly to Russell. Bobbing up on the other side of the ground now. Intent on drawing a man. Yes, he did eventually. Williams to the wing. Paul Williams aided by a very good Shepherd. Probing kick, set it up for Rocker. Huskus missed it. Opportunity for Watson. Huskus head down, went after that one. Richardson claims him. And a whistle. Ball up 20 metres out.
And good work by Gary Pert, who just dropped back to make a 2-on-1 situation with Lockett. He took the front spot and got the mark, but eventually Kelly assisted in getting the ball clear.
Under 11.5 minutes remaining. Richardson caught. Ball held. Vice-like grip. He was going nowhere. Crowd has built up considerably just in the past 15 minutes or so. Richardson again trying to pluck it out of the air. This time a free kick's been picked up for Sydney. Some holding on going on at the bottom of the pack. Doreen's going to take it. On the last line of defence he comes away. Back towards the centre. Bays got the ride and completed the grab. The left footer towards half-forward and Gray. A fraction too far for him. An opportunity now for Kapler. It's got to come back. Troy Gray kicked the first goal for Sydney. And is now going to kick towards Lockett and Rocker. Down at full forward.
And Aaron James.
In fact, he'll come off for the blood rule.
Interesting.
Sorry,
I was just saying Brett James. It is sitting in probably the most dangerous position on the ground. 20 metres in front of Tony Lockett. If he comes at the ball with a full head of steam, it takes a fair bit of courage to stand there.
Actually, during the game between Richmond and Collingwood last week, Russell Morris made the point about umpires carrying handkerchiefs for the players. And I think that was frivolous. They were just joking about that. But what about the players a la Polly Farmer taking a hanky of their own out there? Not bad policy.
Here's Creswell's kick. It's a long kick and it's hit the post.
My mother always used to make sure I had a hanky in my pocket when I went to the footy.
Clean one, of course. But you know what I'm saying? Remember Polly?
I do
pin
remember
it inside the jumper. You remember him.
Here's Troy Gray. just receiving some attention for that bloodied nose. It's been a problem for Sydney early on. Kickett also suffering the same fate. Graham Wright from half-back. Swings it wide. Here's Patterson taking it on the outer side. Coming from Sharkey, has a look down towards the half-forward line. Buckley again. And now here they go. Mick McGawan outside 50 to Rocker. An offer was made by Paul Williams for a short pass to improve the angle. But Severio Rocker goes back. And he'll have a shot for his 92nd goal for the year. They lead at the moment by 5 points. 35 metres out. Rocker's kick goes right across the face. No addition to the score. They still lead by 5 points.
And Leon Higgins just coming back off the ground, and Daniels replacing him. He may even sneak on his own. He may even sneak up and get this kick from Roos.
Well, Roos out of defence then. Just over 9 minutes till quarter time. Back towards half-back. James in from the side. Patterson off hands. Floats it back towards full forward. Richardson used his body in from the side. Well done by Dunkley. Angling the punch away across the boundary line. So the Swans have struggled this season, but in the spotlight on the final day. That's good to see in its way too. Almost been a free to Richardson down in front. Roos with an arm over the shoulder. McGawan kept it a live ball. Coming through Kelly. Hand passes straight for the boundary line. And across it goes. Another throw in. 2-1 to 1-2. It's Father's Day. Hi, Dad. From behind, Rose. Fisted forward. Patterson the run of it. Crashing through McRae. And across the boundary line it goes. Dean McRae. Barrack for Richmond, North Melbourne, then Fitzroy growing up. Would have liked to have seen his duffel coat. Can you imagine? Patchwork quilt. Richardson down in front. Patterson running out of space. Well done by Kelly. Francis looking for support. Cresswell over the boundary line. Another throw in. Tough, uncompromising so far. There's Derek Kickett. They need him firing. Tossed in. Just inside the 50. Rose won it. Taken high was Francis. He's going to get a free kick. Tony Francis. Inside the 50 on a 45-degree angle. No doubting that.
Yeah, just a loose tackle, wasn't it? Just not enough concentration.
High and without the ball. Every kick important this afternoon. Francis slides it across the face. Off hands. Behind. Collingwood increase their lead.
One straight kick in it. Doreen to Crawford. Marks in the back pocket. Crawford goes short and he finds Cresswell. Jason Daniels now on half-back. A Jason Daniels kick towards centre wing. The young first gamer there under plenty of pressure in Leo Barry. And finally it's Kelly and Francis over the line. Monkhorst and Rose. Monkey through towards Graham Wright. Does it delightfully towards James on to Buckley. Caught by Jason Daniels. Ball spills free. And the umpire will come in for a bounce. Fine tackle from Daniels.
You have to question the value of that handball from James. He was free and Buckley was under pressure.
Rose. But James' hand pass goes astray. Went towards Hughes because Buckley couldn't control it. And again it finishes over the line. There's Mike Willisey, who's been a staunch and loyal supporter of Sydney. Seeing if they can do the right thing for the Brisbane Bears. They contacted them during the week. Buckley goes over his shoulder. James caught one in the back. And he'll take the free kick. Brett James on centre wing. McGuan saying go long, go towards the 50, towards Rocker. Rhodes was there, got a hand to it. Russell is 55 out. If he can control it and get it across, he can't quite, however. Garlick intercepts, tries to get it to Creswell. That's effective. Rocker another one back towards Lewis. The left-footer Lewis in his 100th game goes down towards Lockett. With him is Kelly. Tries to get it to Kapler. He lost it to Pert, and Pert goes over the top, sweeping towards Nathan Buckley. Away from Jason Daniels he goes. Up towards half forward, towards Gavin Brown and Dale Lewis. Brown keeps it in play towards Francis. Kelly right on his hammer. Brown still going. In towards full forward. Rocker is there. The umpires put away the whistle. Patterson also. He'll take it now, Patterson. He'll shoot towards goal, and he's put it through. Stephen Patterson gets his first for the day and his 20th goal for the season. Collingwood lead by 12 points.
And the Swans crowd pretty unhappy about this, and so they should be. I thought Brown ignored Rocker there, but just have a look at how this ball is disposed of. It's a good tackle by Dunkley, and that's a throw in anybody's language. Umpire 5 metres away should have picked that one up.
Magpies by 12 points. Buckley 8 possessions so far. This is Cresswell. Miscues. It wobbles out towards the wing. White's got the foot speed initially. Cresswell comes back to fight. Brown missed it. Now Wright falling to the ground. Spills across towards Buckley. Strength. Got it to Brown. Now Pert 60 metres out. In short again for Rocker. Runs free behind. Doreen gets back. Well, he thought about the hand pass. Ruse was cruising past. Doreen heads for the outer side. Bayes, well-weighted kick. Lovely stuff by Scott Doreen. Mark Bayes told to play on. Close to the boundary line. Kicks it very high. Kapler coming up the ground. Chest mark. Kapler forward at the wing. Barry is on. Meters in the clear. Surrounded by Collingwood players. They come from all directions. And he stood his ground. Well done, young man. On debut. Not a good feeling. Barry just outside the 50. Good policy to settle. Here's Lockett up ahead. Sharp angle this one. Under 5 minutes till quarter time. Sydney down by 12 points. Barry. Great kick. How's that for a start? Off on a career. Sydney get their second goal.
There's been lots of talk about this young fellow, laden with extra ability. And when you see somebody bomb one from outside 50 accurately, I guess, or let's just have a look at this one, which I was pretty interested in the disposal here. I'm not sure if there's a throw column, but that would get a tick.
So the Sydney chart now goes up with Barry getting his first. This is right. Hurriedly and high. Monkhorst and Williams, neither could take it. And now McGuan a chance, and he gets it out towards Russell, who's got a bit of space. Rams it in towards half forward, and the diving mark this time is taken by Severio Rocker.
Mick McGuan really doing some damage in the middle. He's already had 2 opponents. Started with Garlick, now he's got McRae on him. And Russell's following down his opponent in Crawford, and he's also getting a couple of touches.
Centre breaks are 6-0 Collingwood's way, in stark contrast to last week when Sydney dominated the centre square.
Rocker another attempt at his first for the day. And he's got it this time. Sam Rocker gets his first and his 92nd of the season.
There it is, quick hands from Mick McGuan, and he gets it on to Scott Russell, who's back to some pretty good form this season. And there's nothing better than seeing those spearing-like passes into a full forward. Barry Price, Peter McKenna and co.
"12 points again the margin." Kelly's kick drops short. James unable to take it, but he goes in again. So too does Buckley and tries to sweep it out. Monkhorst does it well. Takes it and goes. Up towards half forward. Strong mark taken by Paul Roos in the last line of defence in his 290th game. He comes to his captain, Paul Kelly, who's almost down the centre wing. He won't quite get there, though. Lewis will help him out. Creswell is put under the gun. They've come from everywhere. The tackling ferocious, but sometimes high.
Just not use of the handball once again from Sydney. They fell for that trap last week. Kelly should have given the first one or then gone with a kick.
Francis towards Brown. Huskus, a roundhouse belt to Dale Lewis. He goes to Creswell, who this time has a little more time.
Short. Caven's got it. Across the ground, intended for Lockett. Needs to stretch. He's got it right on the 50. He's got plenty of company too. 3 Collingwood players surrounding the big man. Williams storms away. Kicks it towards the wing. James waited. Knocked away by Rose. Now Higgins, socket forward by Buckley. Accelerates brilliantly. Slaps it inside the 50. Patterson comes up to meet it. Gets away. Well done. Kept his composure. James gets boot to ball. Dunkley's in front. Ruse. Kelly's on. Kelly meters in the clear at half-back. We need an update on Derek Kickett because they're sadly missing him inside the centre square, this one. He's the man to dig it out. This game could be ebbing away from them. McRae outside the 50, and of course in turn the Brisbane Bears. Kapler through the traffic, open goal beckons, gets it. That's better. Sydney get their third. They're down by a goal.
And bringing the ball into the forward line quickly makes one hell of a lot of difference. You saw there Kelly getting involved once again. And pretty good roving this time from Kapler. Pretty tough to miss from that distance.
Goal for goal at the moment. They again cut the margin to 6 points. Monkhorst and Rose. Monkhorst tries to flick it back, McRae, but it's Kelly who rips it out of the centre. Paul Kelly, a floater towards a Lockett, and beaten by Pert, who was at the front of the pack. Kelly was with Lockett. Pert does well. He defends out in front of Russell. This may be dangerous. Kelly chips across. He almost lost it behind his head. He found it again, and he found Plugger.
Out of bounds.
It's coming back. It's coming back out of bounds. Now that's interesting.
And Paul Kelly pretty upset about this, and I think he had fair justification. Maybe he just went over the line on the crossover, but I'm not sure how the umpire saw, unless he's got that X-ray vision.
Rocker call. Monkhorst at the bottom. Away to right. Graham right. Finds a bit of time before going to Burns, on to Francis. Now McGuire. Up towards half forward. Suddenly they've got it within Severio Rocker's range. But Bayes is there for Sydney, defending along with Dunkley. It comes clear to James. He snaps high, but he's wide. And away to the right. One behind goes on the board to Aaron James. And Collingwood, who now lead by 7 points.
And Higgins has returned to the field to pick up Buckley once again. So the 2 redheads for Sydney just interchanging off the bench.
Huskus, Creswell, ignored. Doreen up the middle. Bayes in space. Kelly's on. He ignores that. Goes inside the 50. Pert gets in front of Lockett. Takes the mark at the ground running. Williams to the other side of the ground now. And James further on. This could result in a goal. The clock is down to 45 seconds. James now, right half forward, sets it up for Rocker. Well worked. And Rocker will kick it goal from about 40. Severio Rocker, only 1 goal last week.
You see there Williams getting the ball. As soon as the ball was going into the Swans forward line, he made a beeline for the outer wing. And he became the exit man, which set this shot up for goal.
Rocker at his second then. A question of accuracy, and that is accurate.
Simon Garley just allowed his opponent to get away from him. You'll see Williams come up on screen well and truly alone. There's Garley just coming onto the scene. And Bayes also was following the ball down. It just proves the point that perhaps, except for the goal, the kicks at goal, those ones going into the forward line are just so important. They hit the target.
Pies by 13 points. Francis tries to take it out of the middle. So too does Crawford. He's unsuccessful. Rose belts it clear, but straight to James. Time ticking away for Russell, who kicks it long to half forward. But there it is, the siren to end the first quarter, with Collingwood having their noses in front. Tony Lockett well held, but limited with opportunities. Collingwood having the one multiple scorer, that was Severio Rocker. He's booted 2 for the quarter. Gavin Brown has kicked 1. Shane Watson and Steve Patterson also have 1. Whilst for Sydney, singles to Kapler. The new boy Leo Barry from Deniliquin kicked a marvellous left foot goal, and Troy Gray kicked the opening goal of the game. Just 13 points in it though. Collingwood lead. That's what the Magpie Army want to see. That is not what Brisbane wants to see. It's 5-3 playing Sydney's 3-2.
Kick it in the middle, Dennis.
Yes, good policy.
13 points the margin. Rose wins it, and he decides to take it out of the centre with a short kick. Goes towards Dean McRae, unable to complete the mark. Wright plays on. Sydney fans thought maybe he should have been paid, but he wasn't. Brown has it now. Buckley's calling for it. He pops it up towards that direction, but he's beaten on this occasion by Leon Higgins. And certainly made sure that he earned it. Eventually played on, got clear of Buckley, kicks up over the centre. McRae had to beat a couple. There's plenty of Magpies there. Monkey's on the end of the hand pass, gives it away towards Williams, who kicks up towards centre wing. Watson gets the hand pass wide once again. James, an opportunity to send them forward to McGuan. Mickey McGuan, those pumping legs are away. Kick it, shepherded out of the play. McGuan's going goalwards. 3 bounces, 40 metres out. Finish it off with a goal. Mick, he can't. He's across the face, and it's through on the second grab for 1 behind. Almost a dream start for Collingwood and Mick McGuan, with the margin now up to 14 points.
Scott Doreen in short. Huskus just up from the back pocket. Kapler into space, close to the boundary line, holds on. Now he's away. Kapler drives it towards the wing from behind McRae. Sharkey, now Burns. Brilliant smother out there, all to no avail. It was Barry, but it comes back to Burns. The short kick not particularly effective. Rose in trouble. Huskus lays it off to Cresswell in space. Short, now towards half foot. Kelly with the run of it. If he can get through here, they could make something of this. But here's a rass towards the outer side. Still he goes. Pert slides in. Kelly lacking support. James comes away from half back towards the middle. Brown on the lead. Lewis from behind. Brown stayed on his feet. Still he goes. Brilliantly done. James followed up to Patterson. Aaron James to right. Runs inside the 50, measures the kick. It's a beauty. Well, the help was very slow getting to Kelly, and they paid the price.
Gavin Brown just kept on burrowing, and there's Brett James doing okay in the centre of the ground, getting picked up by Cresswell, but half-back flankers kicking goals is a good sign. Graham Wright getting his first, leaving his man Darren Kapler 100 metres away.
This is the biggest lead we've had in this game. 20 points as Monkhorst prepares to do battle in the middle with Rose again. He wins it. Down towards half forward. Brown couldn't take it. It's stolen by Lewis, who wants Lockett. Again, he gets a cruel bounce. Kelly towards the line. Quite happy to see it over. In the right forward pocket for Sydney. Desperate for goal, down by 20 points. And this time they'll get the opportunity through Rose. An infringement. We'll see him shoot for goal. Gavin Rose is going to be shooting from 45. On a 45-degree angle. An awkward-looking style goes across the face. Lockett, a mighty fly. That ball has gone over the line for 1 behind. (6-4) plays 3-3. Pert will bring it back into play for the Pies. heading towards Monkhorst, who was held. And he'll take the free kick. Collingwood will go into attack. He's got Francis further down the ground, and he finds him almost down to right half forward. Buckley lead is ignored. Rocker waits. Now he flies. Kelly is waiting in front. Couldn't take the mark. Patterson was there, but it's Bayes who defends for Sydney. He's got Kickett clear on the outer side. Can Derek Kickett start something here? His hand pass could have almost gone astray, but Creswell tidies up, goes short to Rose. In he comes to Kapler. Darren Kapler's in the centre. Better looking kick towards Lockett this time. Well spoiled by Kelly, going back into him, and Kelly's the first to recover. Gets the hand pass away towards Russell. Russell defends right on the last line of defence. If there's been a whistle, it's going to be brought back. And it will go to Scott Russell in the back pocket. Bit of a nudge from Tony Lockett.
Russell over the top. Burt comes away. Great spoil moments ago by Kelly on Lockett. Kick to the wing. Brown from behind. Couldn't complete the mark. Lewis heard the voice. That was enough. Kelly in short. Kickett. They've got the numbers around him too. Derek Kickett 80 metres out. Sets it up for Lockett. He's outnumbered. In from the side, it's fisted away. Angled towards the boundary by Sharkey. And knocked across by Russell. Boundary throw in. Lockett struggling at the present time. Service in, not good. Boundary throw in. Monkhorst. Crawford had it, then lost it. Russell on his knees. The umpire calls for it. Lockett, 2 hand passes so far.
And you see the tactics that Collingwood are using, just dropping Pert back to assist Kelly at every ball up and throwing in the area.
Monkhorst at the second attempt. Burns. Dangerous hand pass off the ground by Kickett. Pert came away from Lockett, drives it back towards midfield. This will take an awkward bounce. It does. Huskis leads back in the race. Brown committed from a long way away. Brown to his own advantage, deserving of a goal. 35 metres out. I think it's home. It is. Alarm bells are sounding as Brown gets his second.
And it wasn't just an ordinary goal. Look at the way that he made the beeline for the ball, for the contest. Dale Lewis just left in his wake. And he copped some criticism for missing a goal last week, but that was one of the goals of the season.
Collingwood by 25 points. Rose out of the centre. But it's the Pies who go forward again towards Patterson, courtesy of Burns. Down towards half forward, and now Francis. Tony Francis, 55 out. McGuan's 30 out. Steadies. Shoots towards goal, but he's away to the right, Mick McGuan.
He just couldn't balance himself. Body momentum was going sideways at the moment he kicked the ball, and that's why the ball skewed off the right-hand side of his boot. But Mick McGuan, along with Brown, are representing a fairly dangerous combination for Sydney at the moment.
They've done the bulk of the attacking so far in this second quarter. Doreen is told, your time is up. He brings it back into play. We'll want Bayes. Almost took a splendid mark, but instead Buckley gives it away to Francis from 50 metres in towards full forward. He goes once again. Richardson, one grab, couldn't complete the mark. We'll try and get the hand pass out to Watson. Watson's kick is high, but it's wide, and it's out on the full. But the signs are ominous, Gerard.
Yeah, well, it's 89 possessions to 129. Collingwood obviously in front. They just are killing the Swans out of the centre throughout the midfield.
Doreen again to the outer side. Monkhorst in the pack. Bayes comes over the top. But the monkey was in front. Mark Bayes doesn't like it and is reluctant. And now he hands it over. And Monkhorst, with no one on the mark, goes long in towards goal. Richardson got a hand to it, but that was all. Patterson waiting down in front is there, and he speeds away, gets caught, gives it to James, flicked it out like lightning. Would have been interesting to see that one. Francis also, as a cry of ball goes up, Barry was there, but he couldn't take it. Lewis comes charging through. A clearing dash by Dale Lewis. Gives it to Leon Higgins. Now Sydney have a chance to go inside 50 towards Lockett and Kelly. Kelly in front. Lockett at the back. And it's going to Craig Kelly.
Did he pay the mark or a free?
The
Mark, did he?
Well, Lockett might have had it first.
Russell comes away, uses the ball very well. This is Burns on the wing, sets it up for Francis. He's about 70 metres out from goal. Collingwood looking very good at the present time, moving it quickly through midfield. Francis short, showed too much of it to Higgins, knocked it away from Buckley on the wing, kicks it down towards half forward. Kick it, can he keep it in? Sort of, I thought it was out. Still, play goes on. Hurt. Now it's out. Or close to it. An inexact science, this. Around the boundary. Boundary throwing just outside the 50 then. 7-5 Collingwood, 3-3 Sydney. Swans needing the next goal. The Bears wanting the next goal. Here's Buckley, who's been terrific. James, who's been lively. Right. Scoots past the umpire. 2 bounces. Rocker comes on the lead. Take that. Bounces off the chest. Rocker to Watson, a runner outside, and Williams, like his chances from here, settles goals. His first, the Magpies irresistible.
And I think Brondarashi would just once again highlight that the biggest efficiency the Swans got is their field kicking. They just generally give the ball back too many times. Once again, we saw that with Higgins' kick not hitting the target of kick it. Boundary umpire had a couple of interesting decisions, both wrong, but a goal up the other end.
Hot Pies at the moment at the SCG. 53 plays 21. Monkhorst belts them towards half forward once again. Flick wide towards Patterson. He wanted Brown, but Lewis intercepts, and he does it well. Gets it away towards Adam Huskis. Sydney desperate for the next goal or two to storm back into this game. Lockett will fly from behind, but too early. Kickett's waiting at the back, however, and he takes the mark. Derek Kickett, time on the bench with the blood rule. Back now in his 127th game. He casually pops it through. For his first, and a much-needed goal for Sydney.
And Leo Barry has been replaced by Peter Caven. There's no question about Kickett's ability to kick goals. He has an innate ability to find the football. He needs a few more for the Swans.
Margin 26 points then. Rose up very high to win it down. McRae at close quarters. This is Cresswell storming through the centre. High looping kick. Lockett body to body with Kelly. He's taken the mark. Tony Lockett. 25 metres out and directly in front.
And this is what the Swans have to do more of. Get the ball quickly out of the centre. Get it into a one-on-one situation. Lockett versus Kelly. It appears as if it's going to be just a regulation battle, this one.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say that he's more important to Brisbane today than the Story Bridge, this man. So a goal here, his first, to get him on the rails. If he gathers momentum, we've still got a game. Lockett through the middle. 2 quick goals to the Sydney Swans.
Was that a roar from Brisbane that we just heard?
Faintly.
One thing about this ground, if you can just mount 15 minutes of good football, you can get a 5 or 6 goal charge happening. The Swans have just got to continue to get the ball out of the centre to build on what they've just got on the board in the last couple of minutes. Surely the confidence would have just risen.
Tony Lockett now becoming the Sydney Swans' leading goal kicker in one season, surpassing Warwick Kappa's 103. Rose out of the centre, Buckley's wide, Higgins and Kickett are both there, and it's the latter who sweeps it back to Rose. He'll charge towards Tony Lockett on the lead. Oh, got a hand to it, recovers now, needs help, shrugs the tackle, kicks for goal, but he pulls it too far and just gets it home from behind. 5-4. Plays 8-5. As the Sydney bench look on, the Brisbane Bears look on from afar, and Pert brings it back into play. Lovely long kick almost down to the centre. Williams is quick. Garlick's with him. Here's Paul Williams stabbing in towards half forward. Bayes has got to stand his ground. They come charging at him. No one able to take it. Cleverly tapped out towards Patterson by Rocker. He leads it for McGuan. Mick McGuan pumps it high to full forward. Over the top. And a goal to Collingwood. Touched, said the central umpire.
Touched back at the kicks.
Back at the, yes.
Yeah.
So one behind. Sydney and Brisbane breathe a sigh of relief. Gray takes the kick in and he's got a bit of time.
To the wing. Missed there. Crawford goes back after it, but not in time. Beaten by Russell. Brett James, 70 metres out from goal. Beautiful disposal. Finds McGuan. McGuan about 35 metres out, 45-degree angle. And Patterson's causing a few problems down there in front of goal. He's been very lively out of the pocket. And interesting, too, the luxury of Paul Roos playing in the back pocket. And that's his role this afternoon. And Mark Richardson. McGuan for a lead of 26 points. Starts at left, stays left. Well, the run in didn't really fill you with too much confidence. What a player he's been. No changes as yet. Hassel, Richardson, Brereton look on. Crawford, emerging young player. Off his step, that's lazy. Gives it away. Williams, Pert, McGuan into space. They'll pay for that. McGuan runs on. If he played on, in fact, he went out of bounds. But the umpire allows him to settle. Now he's told to play on. Centering kick finds James. Francis demanding the ball on the 50. That's ignored. James, a high kick down towards full forward. Roos behind. Richardson from the side. Great mark by Dunkley. He's uncanny overhead for a man of that size.
Plays on quickly, getting the hand pass away. They bring it back towards Bayes, playing in front of James. James quick to recover. He's got to beat a couple here. He swats it out, but no one there. And it's taken by Darren Creswell. Charges into the centre. Gray's alone. Could just about go all the way. From 55 metres. Goes with a long for Sydney. Whoa. Troy Gray gets his second. And that one may just give them the lift they need.
Well, it was a huge kick and a little bit of luck at one end for the Swans with Mick McGuan's kick being touched. And then this just enormous kick. Creswell getting a bit of a sniff. Dermot Brereton copying a shellacking, and then from inside the square just unloads. Big goal to Gray.
Dermot Brereton on the ground for the first time. He'll be anxious to get in the thick of things, but it's Pert who spirals a high kick towards half forward. Watson and Patterson both there for the Pies. Patterson leads in the race. The former Nord boy swings one way, then goes back the other, and he gets caught. But he does well to try and flick it further on. Eventually it's over the line. A throw-in to take place, but that goal from Troy Gray has certainly brought life back into the Sydney lineup. Collingwood's margin cut now to 15 points.
Thrown in, Creswell and Buckley over the top. Now James, wide of the pack, under pressure, pulls it back towards the middle. Monkhorst has got it inside the centre square. Burns peels off from half-back, goes down towards half-forward. Garlick interfered. Williams will get the free. And he's directly in front. A pair of former Tasmanians, centre screen.
Let's have a look at this one. Looked like a bit of body work from Garlick. May have just caught the jumper on the way through, so eagle-eyed umpire there giving a free kick. It's not how many you get, where you get them.
Paul Williams coming at his second. Off to the right. He's got 29 goals this season, including 2 hauls of 4 against Richmond in round 6 and Fitzroy in round 10.
The Swans have shifted Dale Lewis to the half-forward line, and Dean McRae has got another job. He's gone on to Gavin Brown, who was doing some damage in the first part of this quarter.
Doreen kicks in. Now they've got the numbers here, but Williams beat 2 of them. And away, a sleight of hand. Williams back towards full forward. Collingwood 3 on 2. Look out behind. Opportunity for Brereton. Brereton 15 metres out, kicks the goal. That was always going to happen. He's on in place of Richardson. Ruse is marking him. So the star recruit for the Swans of last season up against one of their star recruits this season. 2 players in their twilight.
And Williams does look to have Garlick's measure, and perhaps a change will be considered there. But Dermott just loses Paul Ruse. There he comes bursting through the pack. Pretty handy to get your first touch 5 metres from goal.
So out of the centre, can Sydney reply once again? They're down to Troy Gray, 60 metres out. He wants Lockett, who's led in towards the pocket. It's a poor kick, and it's over the line in the left forward pocket. So Tony Lockett finding the going pretty tough this afternoon. Kelly and Pert dropping back on him. The opportunities that have had so far have not been easy. Another throw in.
Creswell's now moved on to Mick McGuan.
A margin of 22 points with just over 6.5 minutes remaining in the first half here at Sydney. Rose from behind, kick and a snap, just to the right, one behind. (6-5) plays 9-8. We talk about the Bears having a close look at this. I'm sure that Carlton will be very keen on the outcome as well. Marvellous finish to the home and away as McGuan, who came into this game lacking a little match practice, certainly going hell for leather to make up for it. Going extremely well as James charges Collingwood down inside the 50 once again. Dunkley traps it, but this time Brereton's given away a free kick. And it goes to Paul Ruse. He's got Gray, who's sauntered down to the half-back line. In turn to centre wing, and Peter Caven. A tentative bounce. Look out! When Gavin Brown's around, you've got to put your foot down, and Peter Caven was well and truly caught.
Classic piece of defensive work. Gavin Brown saw that Caven put his head down to bounce the ball. The moment he took his eyes off him, in he charged, and a great little tackle.
Buckley, a 25-metre belt towards Brown, almost caught one in the back. Creswell through, Buckley again, paddling the ball along in front. He may run out of room here. In fact, it comes off his boot, but inside the line. And so a throw in just in Collingwood's attacking zone. They lead by 21 points. Bays contesting the ruckwork. Wins it, but he desperately needs help. James sees it over the line. Bays wins it again, this time to Creswell. Creswell to Rose. He's forward of centre and he's got the left-footed Kaplan. Lockett will charge into the pocket. Here comes the pass, but Kelly is there once again. They've got the numbers. Or have they? Troy Gray. Oh, he went underground. Ducked his chutney and down he went. Caven tries to bend one back, but only for one behind.
What did he do?
Ducked.
Oh.
Speaking of which,
Yes.
relative.
He's got some power. 6-6, 9-8. Kelly up the middle. James, who's been handy, beaten that time by Crawford, hit the ground running. Down from behind by Williams. Burns up in front. The little chip past McGuan. Runners either side. Higgins holds him up just long enough. Well done. So McGuan squares it. Pert pushing up the ground. He's on the wing. The veteran inside the 50. Rock is the target. Watson from behind, fisted away. Burns brilliantly done to Wright. Wright just inside the 50. Comes wide. Francis Williams is on. And he's got it. Further from goal, but the angle much better. He'll kick from right on the 50. Paul Williams, classy customer.
A good kick into space there by Wright to Francis. Williams once again getting away from goal.
Going for his second goal with his 14th possession. Marvellous kick. He's got two.
And I think one of the highlights of Collingwood's play today has been their willingness to run from defence. The likes of Patterson, who's playing on a half-back flank, giving it to Wright, who's also playing on a half-back flank, both getting possessions within the 50, just as indicative of their work ethic.
The margin is again out to 26 points. Collingwood through Francis have a free kick in the middle and they go charging down towards half forward. James has it just outside 50. Wants to get round. Can't get round base. So gives it back towards Mick McGuan. Goes in a wide arc and then centres towards Watson. Still outside the 50. Rocker down in the forward line. Brereton on the ground. Brereton offers the lead. Roos is with him. Brereton doesn't try to mark. Flicked it wide, but it's taken by Garlick. Simon Garlick goes to the outer side. They've got a bit of time now, and it's Justin Crawford who's clear towards centre wing. Fisted by Sharkey away. Still in that position. He comes again. Does it well. Wright goes with him. They could set something up here. Still with Wright. And still outside 50. He has a look. Too easy for Graham Wright at the moment. He eventually flicks it high. A big pack of players. No mark taken. Doreen clears. Back towards the centre. Russell chances his arm. He missed it. Opens the door for Kapler, who'll want to come back onto his left foot. And he does now. Swings it long. Lockett. Tony Lockett. Yes. No. Play on, said the umpire. Craig Kelly does. Collingwood are out of trouble.
It was close. Hurt. Lost it at half back. Kelly over the top. Gray dives in. Monkhorst cast in the role of a rover. Gets it away and they work it around the outer side. Sharkey's looping hand pass found James. Back it comes to Francis. The old look away hand pass to Buckley. Buckley, 14 possessions. Long kick over the top. Roos. Doreen down in front. Well played, Scotty Doreen. Got it to Roos. Gets it away to Lewis. Lewis now. The assist coming from McRae. He receives the hand pass, goes looking for Lockett. Lockett has it. 40 metres out.
The Swans have worked their forward line set up pretty well today, having Gray trying to drag Gary Pert up the ground. We've seen Gray get a number of kicks on the half-back line, but it has allowed Pert at times to just be two out with Tony Lockett. But their big key is to just make sure the disposal hits the target. The amount of times Lockett's been in the right position and had the ball just skew 2 or 3 yards to the wrong side. It's really been the difference between them being in front and 4 goals down.
Going for his second. It's tight. He's missed. Tony Lockett. Best effort against Collingwood, 8. That's a Saint back in 87. 6-7, 10-8. Fast approaching half-time. And the Swans with the job in front of them. It's Pert again. Up the middle. Buckley in from the side. Brilliantly done. All quality. Played 20 games for the Bears in 93. Working actively against them this afternoon. Down at right half forward, James liked his game. Got on one knee as if receiving a knighthood. Gives it away to Williams, who misses. Behind.
Doreen to bring it back again for Sydney. Creswell breaks to the outer side. Sneaks clear of Dermot Brereton. Kicks towards Lewis, who marks in front of Sharkey. The 100 gamer comes in towards the centre, towards Leon Higgins. Higgins left footer drops short. McGuan backing into the pack, takes the mark. He's been good, Mick McGuan, today. Off he goes to Pert, back to Buckley. A pumping left foot is long, but it's taken by McRae at the second attempt. He bounced his way from half-back, looks to the outer side, towards Dale Lewis once again, and he's clear there, a couple of metres clear of Pert. In he comes inside 50 again. Kick it! Derek Kickett can have what may well be the last kick of the first half to try and cut the margin to 20 points.
Two good kicks resulted in this shot at goal. Dean McRae getting it to Lewis, who ran backwards with the flight of the ball to take a good mark, and then Kickett worked well into some space, but importantly he was found accurately by Dale Lewis.
An important kick from 40 metres. He's kicked one so far in this term and he's slammed it into the post. Disappointment for Sydney and Brisbane. But it's half time and Collingwood are in the box seat. Gary Pert, the veteran, one of the veterans, Mickey McGuan pumping them up, so too Craig Kelly, just assembling the Magpies together. 10-9 plays 6-8.